You're listening to the Midwest's most dangerous podcast, LockPod. That's Left of Center Podcast, Season 17, Episode 22, coming to you live from the Nika IBW Power in Indiana Lake County Studios.
On St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, that's why we're all wearing green.
We are.
Except for Lindsey.
I'm not.
You're
Lindsey.
pregnant. You get a pass.
Yeah.
I'm not either.
Okay, well,
I forgot what the... I didn't
Behind
I don't
the
think
camera.
about the date when I wake
the
up.
eye candy is wearing green.
The camera-facing part is green. The behind the scenes is all black.
Yeah,
It's
that makes
funny.
sense.
I know, right? You can tell which ones are on live, or on the air, and which ones are hiding behind the screen.
Without a doubt.
I just want to go back to bed.
Yeah.
We got a good show coming up. Of course, it's Tuesday, which means that we've got Straight Talk with Corinne. She'll be on our second
segment.
You can't go back to bed, Linz.
Did you work last night?
No, I'm not wearing my scrubs. That's...
You're
I
just
can't
here.
see it. You're behind the.
You're in
the
black.
TV screen.
You're
Well,
hiding.
you walked in and it acknowledged my existence.
Yeah.
No.
Happy birthday, Chase, by the way.
Yes, happy birthday, Chase
to the
McDermott.
bro.
Yeah. Chase is 32 today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Nice to see him Friday. I got caught up with him a little bit. Talked to him about his new job. He's doing great.
Yeah.
Charlie's doing good.
Yeah.
So it was really good to see him.
Big dog, killing it.
Mm-hmm.
To be 32 again.
Yeah,
know.
really. I heard
know.
that age. I was like, damn.
I remember. Yeah. That's when I first started running for mayor.
It sure is.
Jeez.
Wow. Yeah.
Think
that
about that.
crazy?
Put that in perspective.
That's when I started my campaign. I was 32. And then I was elected 2 years later. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I see 2 shots,
Oh,
which makes me nervous.
yes. So I want
See,
to.
like, this is a drinking culture. This is a perfect example. You come in at 7 o'clock in the morning. We have 2 shots on the table. Like, can you imagine if you
lawyer's
walked in
office.
and
Come
I
on.
had a big joint sitting there, like, lit? Like, come on, Kevin. Smoke that joint, right? It's like 7 in
maybe
the
it'll
fucking
be
morning.
420. Maybe on 420.
On
we'll do
420? Okay. Could I do that in your office?
that. No.
Kevin would
No.
have a freaking
vape.
heart attack
No.
if I did that.
Can't
A
do
vape.
that. Luckily, we're off during that time.
But who walks in to like a humongous joint in the middle of the... Nobody.
This is not
But
a
I walk
joint.
in, I'm like, we have 2 fucking shots. It's 7 in the morning. I'm still like...
So we
Well,
had
I
a
can't drink
couple of
it.
our
I'm trying to deduce who's supposed to drink these 2
a
shots.
couple of our lock potters.
One of us is pregnant, right?
Okay,
That leaves 3
that's
of
not
us.
me.
That leaves 3 of us. Okay. So like, I don't think Corinne's coming into the studio today, so
No.
she's out. So it's down to the 3 of us. One of the 3 of us gave up drinking for Lent.
Oh, that's convenient.
That would be me.
Come
So, like,
on.
I
Dad
did.
doesn't want to go to hell.
I give up drinking for Lent. You know, I gave up drinking for Lent.
I mean, it's St. Patrick's Day.
I
True.
agree. There was only one day I had off during Lent.
Dad,
was-
didn't you guys have you went to the Friendly Sons of Aaron last week?
So
Did
we're
you
getting
get
that.
a priest
I had
to excuse you to eat meat on Friday?
We got
Yeah.
a dispensation. We
Yeah,
got
we had
every year.
dispensation on the Friendly Sons of Aaron. We have
Mhm.
dispensation, and
I'm
I
sure
went
if you
into.
call that guy up and ask him, I think he'll.
Could I do a
okay
shot
with
on the
it.
air? Like,
Yeah.
maybe I should just get this guy like a hotline, and every time I want to have a beer or freaking shot, I could just give him a call. Hey, my hotline priest.
I can't remember who I was talking to. Friendly Sons of Aaron. He has a hotline priest that he texts. Is like, can I get a dispensation?
It was Jason.
It was.
It
That's
was
right. It
Jason.
was Jason.
So that was Jason Gore's also a good Catholic. Okay,
Running
so
for
Jason
running
and
for
I were
sheriff.
out, and we were running out, and we were at the event, and I was like, dude, I can't. I gave it drinking. No, it was on a Friday. And we were like, God, it was like great meat. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, God, this sucks, man. I can't eat. And Jason's like, let me text my priest real quick.
You're like-
And he texts his priest and he gives it back to me. He shows me a text message. He's like, priest gave us dispensation.
You were like,
I'm like, I
I'm
don't
not,
know about that.
I'm not buying that.
That doesn't
one.
work in court, dude.
Yeah.
That's hearsay all day.
That doesn't work at the pearly gates.
Jason showed me his text.
Wait a minute. Where's
St.
that
Peter.
priest?
Like,
I
let me
should've gotten
in.
a screenshot before I died.
He's like,
Yeah,
that
he
priest
showed
isn't
me.
up
I read
here.
it with my own eyes. And then it wasn't a real priest. Son, you ate meat on Friday.
That priest doesn't happen to be up here with us. He's
Yeah,
somewhere
so
else.
I don't go by hearsay, Jason. Sorry.
So where do we get these? Where do we get these wonderful shot glasses? Which, by the way, are 2026 commemorative Buc-ee's. It says Irish.
Oh.
Irish. I wear at Buc-ee's.
All right,
Nice.
let's go.
I wish
John
I were
and
Buc-ee's.
Kevin.
Never gone to a Buc-ee's
So this is
before.
a.
I haven't either.
There's something. So thank you to Kyle, the intern's
We're
parents,
putting one at
Pauline
the,
and Bob. That's
we're
who
put-
got us these.
Nice.
Pauline and Bob.
Kyle, the
Pauline-
intern's parents.
Kyle, the intern's parents.
We're thinking about putting a Buc-ee's at the former haunted house site, and
Dude, that
and then all
could
the
you
traffic.
imagine?
We're gonna loop
That
all
would
the
be
traffic into
Oh
Munster.
God! Right
all
off
the
highway,
extra
that
traffic
would
we'll
be
put
a
it like right down
nightmare.
Calumet Avenue, and then the line will queue down Calumet Avenue
They
into
would have
Munster
fix
to get
that
into the
exit
Buc-ee's.
or that like.
I'm kidding. That was gonna be my April Fool's joke this year. I
Oh.
decided not to do it.
John,
Oh,
since
thank
Tom
God.
can't do this, you're going to do one.
Come on, John.
I don't drink, but you know.
Come on, John.
This is
It's
a mini
St. Patrick's
one.
Day.
A mini. I'll give you
Dude, you
so
got to
little.
do the whole damn shot, dude.
No
what
way.
the fuck is
no
that?
way. I got to work today.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
You're a drinker, dude. You could do a whole shot.
I'm a drinker.
Are there any priests in chat?
7:30 a.m.
Come on, John.
I don't think priests listen to our show, guys.
Really? Oh, you do? Okay, Irish car bomb. That's great.
Ew,
Dude,
it's
you
gonna
guys-
curdle. Hurry up. Hurry up.
So interestingly
good.
enough,
Come on over
I
here.
read this. I looked at this. So
Baileys
when you
and
have
Jameson?
Baileys and Jameson, it's called either a dirty Irishman or a lucky Irishman. When you put it in Guinness, it's called an Irish car bomb. However, apparently in Ireland, that's it's
Frowned upon?
Yes, it's offensive. So they call it an Irish slammer, a Dublin drop, or an Irish shot.
See, like that'd be them if an Irish person came to America and ordered America and ordered the American fat ass.
Yes,
Hey,
exactly.
Can I have an American fat ass, please? What's that? It's got a lot of sugar in it, and
So a little Jameson.
No, really though, what's in this?
Jameson, Irish
And?
whiskey, and Baileys. So all Irish creams.
Is there
I would-
caffeine in Bailey's?
No, it's just cream.
no,
basically.
no.
okay.
Ready?
Go ahead and put it away.
Happy
boys.
St. Patrick's Day, John.
Happy St. Patrick's Day,
I
guys.
already did mine. Happy St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, I'll do my St. Patrick's Day celebration.
That was really
Wow.
good, by the way.
That's got legs.
Good
Really?
morning.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm
Welcome.
ready.
All right. Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's official.
Wow, that
now.
was good. I gotta get these away from me so I don't down these during the.
Why don't you do it?
I got work to do, man. That's just a little taste.
Man, I'm
But
gonna-
you're a drinker, dude. You
guys
can
are
handle
wimps.
that.
I'm a drink. It sounds like you're a
You're a
drinker.
big drinker,
You
dude.
always
You're not-
drink at 7 a.m.
Kevin, you're a big drinker. You
You've
can
got
put
a
that
problem,
away.
Kevin. This is an intervention, actually.
Have you seen his office? It's like Mad Men. He's
Yeah,
got like
yeah, just-
an alcohol cart in every.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just grabbed these from
In
my
the afternoon,
stash.
the girls wheel in the cart, and Kevin just starts drinking.
Irish car bomb time.
Woohoo! What time is it? 4 o'clock, baby. Let's go.
All right.
Whoa, that made
wow.
my face
That was
red.
great. Mine too.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Me
awesome.
too.
Hey, by the way, Kevin wants to rip on you a little bit, John.
Oh, throw this picture up.
Hold on. I want to look at mine real quick. Oh, I have 2 cuts in my headphones, Kevin. How many
Separating
cuts?
a little bit.
0 cuts in Kevin's
Zero.
headphones.
You know why? Because
What?
Kevin's like missed most of the shows.
Oh
He's
my
missed
God,
more shows
that is
than us.
not
I
true.
want to point out that I share my headphones with somebody, and there are no damn it. There's
Thank
and
you.
Jill-
Here.
you and Jill are doing
Look
well.
at John's. Look
I
at
know.
this
All right,
photo.
John
I'm
looks
gonna-
like he stepped on him.
Like you have razor blades
Did you
for
use that
ears.
as
I mean, look at
The
that.
bottom of your shoes. John uses them.
Yeah.
To
No,
cushion
No, I
his
have
walk.
an honest theory about this.
Yeah.
I've been here for the most shows out of
God.
anyone.
Wait, so
that's
that-
my theory.
I
But
agree.
wait, but someone has
think
been
that's a-
in our seats for those shows
That's
too.
semantics.
Oh, God.
No, I think he's onto something.
No, he's
Either
not.
That or he's
Oh my
got
God.
some acid in his ears.
Wait,
whatever.
Lynn, think about it. Okay, let's say I'm gone for a show.
Mm-hmm.
Some person, a human being, is sitting here in my seat with the headphones on.
You know what? And Chris, when he covers you, he doesn't wear them.
Oh, there you. Oh,
No wonder why the audio doesn't play for videos and stuff.
you can't hear anything. He's just pushing buttons. He's just back there pushing buttons and moving levers.
I don't know. I think maybe they're just
Maybe it's
defective
sweat.
set.
Do you
no,
sweat? Your ears sweat a lot?
no. I think it's just like a
Your
defective set.
ears sweat a lot. There's the show
There's the
title. Your ears sweat a lot.
I mean, maybe I got soft ears. You know, you could have
you always
soft
know when
hands.
you hear the show title during the show.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Your ears
Your
sweat,
ears
a lot.
sweat a lot,
I like
yeah.
that.
You do
All
have
right.
you do have soft hands, Kevin.
Maybe
Those are white collar hands, dude.
Is it?
Let me
Yeah.
tell you.
After my dad fired me for the second time from the construction job, he said, "You better be a lawyer." So
Really?
that was that.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe I do have.
That's the only job Kevin's ever been fired by his dad.
Yeah, I mean,
The man who knows him
Buffalo.
best.
yeah, get the
You
fuck-
are fired.
The
Get
fuck out of here.
Go get a book. That's your only
Yeah,
chance.
I think
No,
it was-
but for real, do we have room in the budget so I can get a new pair of headphones?
Yes. we
I'd
got
say
room to
maybe.
budget. Dude, I'm
Just switch them out with one of the guest ones. These probably aren't.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way, yeah, no kidding. By the way, but I was thinking there's probably room in the budget for Metallica at the Sphere, isn't there?
Nice.
No.
Absolutely.
What are you talking about? No,
That would be a
No
great
way.
vlog, dude.
Yes.
That's definitely
Metallica at the Sphere.
Yes. Yeah. We haven't done a
Kevin
vlog
doesn't
in a
like
while.
Metallica. I take it right.
I don't mind Metallica.
I don't
Just trying
love
to,
them,
you know.
but I don't hate them.
Just trying
No,
to make sure
I've
we-
seen them
Riches.
actually a couple
Bang.
times. So back
that
in
is
the day.
not Metallica.
No, that's not
That's
Metallica.
Rob Zombie.
Scott Miller,
Yeah.
big Metallica fan.
Well, I think we
love
should
to see 'em.
contemplate what we're
I've
gonna
seen
do
him
with.
5 times.
Mm-hmm.
But that's in October-ish. So
All
anyway,
right. We'll
hey, I
be
don't know
there.
if you guys have been following the local media lately on the Bears deal. It seems like every day there's a new story.
Got this one right here.
And then there's been a couple recently. Everybody's asking me about what the hell's going on with the Times? Are they
It's been a
trying?
head shaker.
Yeah, you figure. You know what's funny? In the Indy Star right now, there's a big article about the Bears possibly coming to Hammond, and I'm not quoted in it because I've been trying to lay low. I'm trying to like not get people's expectations up, but like so the Indy Star talked to a lot of people around the region. I know Phil Talon's in there.
It's a photo of Phil in there.
Yeah, at the Glass Marsh, by the way. He looks like the mayor. It's like, dude, that's
Phil's
the mayor
doing his
shot.
mayor pose.
Yeah, he was doing a mayor pose at,
Way to go,
at
Phil.
the Glass Marsh.
I
But-
saw that. Like, what was he contemplating? Like life in that photo?
No.
He's like looking off
He was-
into the
He
sunset.
was
He's
contemplating.
trying to figure out if he can get 18 in. He's like, is there enough sunlight left for me to get out there and play?
This job I have now is very good for golf.
But yeah, so like a couple of the articles. So anyway, yeah, the Indy Star article is just like lauding the possibility.
Awesome article.
All the like jobs it would create, all the investment it would create, what it would do for Hammond, and then like so like that's Indy Star, and you know so like the local media here is like. There's a couple ones lately. It's almost like, are these guys trying to kill the deal?
I swear it made me feel like they were hit pieces.
They are.
I mean, it's like, wait a minute. So the Indy Star, which is the state's biggest newspaper, is just lauding the, like you said, that's the best word you can have for it, lauding the potential of the Bears moving to Hammond and to the region and to the state.
Okay, so, and then last week, obviously, everybody's looking at Hammond right now. And I've told my staff this. Is like, we have to be 4.0 right now, guys. Everybody in the country is looking at Hammond right now. I can't have anything going wrong. I need you guys to be paying attention to what you're doing. And then I like open up the newspaper, and the one that used to be called the Hammond Times.
I used to deliver it.
Right.
Tom's dad used to work there.
You
The
would
Hammond
Did you get
Times.
fired from that one too?
I did not. I gave up my route.
So, like, you would think the Hammond Times would be like excited about the possibility of such a game changer for the region. It would change their newspaper.
Well,
you would probably like be one of the
It would probably
newspapers
save
closest
their
to the Bears.
paper.
Without a doubt.
They'd probably have a whole section of their sports staff devoted just to the Bears because it's the hometown newspaper, right?
Yes.
So, like, you would think that they'd be excited. And then, so, like, last week, and I ignored this. I was trying not to take the bait, okay? They run this article saying Wolf Lake area smells.
I read when I pulled that up, when I saw that paper, because I still get the physical paper. I pay the Times a shit ton of money every month to get the physical paper. I was like, are you kidding me?
So Bears Stadium site by Wolf Lake, surrounded by factories and known for strong odors.
I was
What
like,
a headline.
What the fuck is that? So, like, hey, Bears, this is a fucking shitty smelling area. I just wanted you to know. Says the local newspaper,
Yeah.
right? And basically, so Joseph Pete, the reporter in this, postulating that the proposed Bears Stadium site near Wolf Lake is surrounded by factories and that fans might have to pinch their noses because of odors.
I read that like first or second line. I was like, pinch your. Have
No,
you spent
not
any
Joseph
time
Pete.
up there? Have you spent any time there?
Wow.
And look, this is, you got to start asking
We're fine
yourself,
during the festival.
what's
I'm
really
not
going
bothered
on,
by it.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, Hammond has industry. That's not breaking news. This has been the backbone of our economy for 100 years, right?
Yes.
But the way this is being framed, it's not neutral. It's narrative building. You got this same small group of voices. Now, the people that are quoted in this, they're like tied up. They're called the Wolf Lake Initiative. These people spend days and days and days and weeks and weeks and weeks on Wolf Lake. And now they're being quoted in an article
Most from
saying,
Chicago.
right, and they're on the other
the way.
side. And their goal in this is they don't want to see this happen.
You want no development.
They want nothing. I wanted to put up a house on Wolf Lake, these are the people that'd be against it, right? So now you go up to him, Joseph, the reporter for the local paper, and you say, what do you think about this? And they say, this area smells, and it's really bad. There's a lot of environmental problems here. And the fucking Times blasts this on the front page. It's the lead story. Wolf Lake site smells. Have they ever said one fucking word about the smelly Wolf Lake area when they laud Pierogi Fest? Oh my God, Pierogi Fest is the fucking best thing that's ever happened, right?
Right.
They never say, hey, people
Pierogi-
going to Pierogi Fest, it smells over there. Did you guys ever think
It's
about
one block from the BP refinery.
Right.
I mean,
it's
like,
literally
and by the
one
way,
block away. But
we're-
I've never read Pierogi Fest and smells in the same sentence my entire life. I watched for 20 freaking years them
and
talk about
I love
Pierogi
going
Fest.
to Pierogi Fest. So do 100,000 people or whatever the number is.
But they don't say, hey, Pierogi Fest, it really fucking stinks over
where's
there.
the
And, you know-
article like, do you like Pierogi Fest? Hold your nose, pinch your nose.
Right. Pinch your nose. It's going to stink at Pierogi Fest, right? No, you wouldn't say that, right? But we have a multi-billion-dollar company looking at building in Hammond, and this is the story you go with. You go with the story that this area stinks. It stinks. Are you sure you want to come here? Because it really stinks a lot. Your fans are going to have to pinch their noses, which is total bullshit.
It just
like
makes-
I've been the mayor 22 freaking years. Let me tell you, the only time we ever got smell complaints down there was from a chemical plant. And I tell you what, it'd be interesting to see what the future of that chemical plant is if this project happened.
I remember noise complaints for a little bit about Cargill, and they were dealt with, right? Dude. And by the way, okay, here's a couple things, right? Number one, and look, obviously, Tom's my friend, Tom's my mayor, but I want this. This is no bullshit. If there's one guy that has done more to help Wolf Lake in the last 20 years, he's sitting across from me.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
we've changed that area.
This is the God's honest truth. I remember standing at Lost Marsh Golf Course, looking out with Tom. This is early on, like maybe right when the clubhouse got built, right around that time, and looking out into all the bullshit that still used to be along Wolf Lake, like trucking concerns, this, that, the other thing. And I remember Tom saying this. He said, I guarantee you someday that's all going to be green space.
Yeah.
It is. Okay. So the fact that you can actually see part of Wolf Lake from those bike trails and all the stuff that happened there, that's because of Tom McDermott and the RDA, period.
So like the people being quoted in this article just don't want development there, period. So what do? They lean in the worst possible framing. Factories are there, odors, pollution, without acknowledging reality, right? People right now in Wolf Lake are going to boat this summer. They're going to fish there. They're going to golf there. They're going to recreate there. I'm going to bring in triathlon in the water.
Yes.
It's never deterred the golfers.
No.
And it's never deterred the Festival
1,000
of the Lakes.
I'm going to bring
triathletes go in there.
I'm going to bring in 100,000 people to the Festival of the Lakes in that area, right? But do they have to pinch their nose during the show? No, they don't have to pinch their freaking noses. It's
Golfers?
insane. Like, that's what the local paper wants to put out, right? They want to put out, this stinks.
Yeah.
That's a really great job, Times. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that,
You
right?
would think your hometown paper would be like,
yes,
let's go talk to the bar owner down the block, or let's go talk to the business that can't wait to have the Bears in here.
Okay, how about this, Kev? 4 days later, okay, after they do this bullshit, it smells that, right? 4 days later, same reporter, same type of hit piece. So now we got another hit on the Bear Stadium site, and this time it's the old Federated Metals site in Hammond, right? So yes, about a mile away from this site, there's been a Federated Metal has been under cleanup for decades and hasn't been operational since the 1980s and 1990s. And it's not where the Bears are looking, right? It's not near George Lake. It's near George Lake. But right now, let's put this together with the last story. So we have the first story that says it smells over there. Now the next story, 4 days later, is now there's a Superfund site nearby. What's next?
It's crazy. I mean, I just was like, when I saw that on Sunday above the fold,
yeah.
I opened my paper. I'm like, okay, it was bad enough about the odor article, and then you get this.
4 days later.
This Superfund site has been there for 30 years, 40 years since it even operated.
How about this? We've cleaned City of Hammond used $5 million of their own money to clean up yards over in that area.
Over past that area.
Right. But like none of that's mentioned. What's next? Are they going to do like scatter analysis on cancer patterns? Like, oh my God, this area is known for high cancer. Like, I don't know what to expect. You would think that the local newspaper is the biggest cheerleader for a project of this magnitude. And it seems like the only one that's really taken a shitty tone on this project is the local newspaper. I don't get it. And Joseph Pete, like, I just don't get it. This is a guy that didn't he grow up in Hammond?
Yeah, good reporter.
I was surprised to say
his dad was one of my favorite judges of all time.
I don't
like
get it,
the guy's usually he's a good reporter. He knows what he's doing. But I'm just like, come on. And by the way, I didn't see one like reference to Ron Novak, the head of Hammond. The guy's been working in environmental for literally 50 years.
Right.
Okay, not one like, hey, Ron, is any of this true? These comments that are being made about Federated Metals or about the odors.
I'm shocked. I've never seen anything like it.
It's like, I don't get it either. But like the thing that doesn't bug me about it is, let me tell you, the Bears are spending millions of dollars on a comprehensive environmental review right now. So like they know about the Federated Metal site a mile away. They know about, it smells over by Cargill. That's limited to the neighborhood over there, quite frankly, right? There's no smell in the Lost Marsh area.
Do you think
there's no smells?
Thousands of golfers every year?
It's one of the busiest golf courses in the Chicagoland area.
Without a doubt. With Chicago, a lot of Chicago business.
Absolutely. That's how the Bears know about it.
People come from Chicago. I used to work there. People come from Chicago to use
Without a doubt. 75% of the golfers, I bet, are from Chicago.
See, like, I just don't get this. So I guess in the Times, this is what they want to focus on. They want to focus on how much it smells over there. They want to focus on, the Superfund side over there, environmental problems, right? But they don't do that when it comes to other festivals in that area. The Times absolutely loves Pierogi Fest. They've never said a negative word about Pierogi Fest, which is literally closer to the environmental problems than the Bear Stadium would ever be. And why wouldn't the Times try to amplify the positive parts of this?
Without a
instead
doubt.
of, like, talk to the contractors. They're going to have work for the next 5 years.
Unions.
Right. Talk to the local businesses. Talk to the government experts. Talk to the unions. Like, you don't want to do that. You want to let's focus on Superfund side. Let's focus on bad smells and scare the shit out of the Bears so maybe they don't come here. And then we all happy then?
One of my favorite people of all time, Chris Cantar, who used to be corporation counsel for the mayor for almost 2 decades and then is now judge in the Lake Superior Court. She always used to use this analogy about the region. She's like, it's like a can full of crabs that are trying to get up and they try to get out of the can and someone drags them right back down.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the region. Like,
yeah.
Here comes Ham and they're
And
coming
then they
out,
grab you and pull you back
bring you
in.
right back down.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't get ahead of us, or you can't. It's like, come on.
I don't get it, man. I just don't understand what the Times, like, why. I just don't get it, man.
It's a head shaker, man.
I know.
Mean, as a
it's
subscriber,
like, this is what we're doing. We want, because honestly, the Bears are reading every article that comes out now. They want to do the right thing PR wise, and even our fucking local paper can't even talk positively about the project.
You
They
don't
just
think like
kick it?
Yeah, you don't think like social media hounds are just waiting for this in Illinois? They'll be like, putting it up, dragging the city through the mud. I mean, because of I don't know,
because of our local paper.
Yeah.
I just don't get it, man. Like you said, like crabs trying to get out of a can.
Yep.
Oh, there you go, Hammond. You're trying to get up there, pull you right back down, right?
That's the region.
Yeah. So there you go. Thanks
Yeah.
a lot. Thanks a lot to the Times.
On that, I might have to
Much
pour. I think
appreciated.
I'm going to pour the rest of that in my shot glass now.
Yeah, man. I don't get it. So, all right, we got Corinne coming up for some Straight Talk. So
Yes.
let's go ahead and do some ads, and when we come back, we're going to have Corinne on for Straight Talk with Corinne Straight, who was at my fundraiser last week. It was good to see.
Oh yeah, we're going to show that photo
Yeah.
off.
So let's start off with our premier studio sponsor, Powering Indiana Lake County, is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. At Powering Indiana Lake County, we set the standard for excellence in electrical work. As IBEW Local 697 electrical contractors, we ensure safety, reliability, and quality for Northwest Indiana corporations, businesses, and homes. But our mission goes beyond the job site. We're creating a brighter future for the region we proudly serve. Powering Indiana Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community. Find the right electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
Raise a bud and celebrate. Calumet Brewing. For over 150 years, Budweiser has been farmed, brewed, bottled, and enjoyed across America. Thanks to hardworking Americans and the highest quality American farmed ingredients, we're not just made in America, we're made of America. Budweiser is also the official beer of the Chicago Cubs and will be celebrating alongside their 150th anniversary this season. Go Cubs, go. Enjoy beers and cheers to 150 years responsibly.
I thought Old Style was the official beer.
Haven't you heard of Cubs fan Budman by Harry Carey? Remember that one? No, you're too young.
Yep.
That makes me feel old.
34 years old, too young. MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into a world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through a maze of opportunities. Stay in the loop and connected by hitting up their website at mcrpartnersllc.com. For tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511.
For decades, the Ron J. Pressmer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. The Pressmer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and more. The Pressmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you. Hablamos español. That's crazy, by the way. I know John was getting nervous about Corinne, right, John?
I texted.
She literally, while I was reading off that last ad, I had like 2 sentences to go, and she zoomed in.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
What's up, Corinne?
Early today.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I was just like chilling, listening to the show. Like I'm just a freaking fan. Like I'm commenting in the Facebook comments.
You're like, Straight Talk.
And then like, yeah. And then I forget that there's a delay. You know, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, like there's a delay. And then I was like, holy shit.
I heard my name.
I know. I was like,
heard my name.
I was like going through the last ad, looking up in the corner of my eye, like I don't see Corinne yet. So I wonder if she's gonna be here.
Here.
Thanks for
I'm
coming
here.
thanks for coming to my fundraiser, by the way. I appreciate it.
That was so much fun. That
So
was
good
a
to
lot
see
of
you.
fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw up this photo.
Yeah, put that photo
Yeah.
up. How about that?
Oh, I'm sorry I missed you.
Love
know.
that.
I know it would have been so good to see you, Lindsay.
I know. I tried to get somebody to cover my shift, but
Corinne, how great was
Could
it that,
not.
like, I thought it was crazy how many people came up to you about LockPod. Like someone even
Wasn't that fun?
Yeah, and like someone even heard your voice, you said, right? Like
Yes. Yeah, somebody was like standing behind me when I was talking to
like, I know that voice.
when I was talking to your chief of staff, Tom.
Uh-huh.
Just kind of like peeked around and was like, "Oh, I thought that was you. I heard your voice."
Isn't that cool?
so cool.
Yeah, it
See
was
people
a lot
actually
of fun.
watch and listen to our show, which is nice.
It's like affirmation.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And it's like, "Oh, okay, we're doing something here." So
That's
it was
right.
it was nice that we don't get to be together in person that often.
I
So
know.
that was
I know.
So cool.
that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I thought you might be an AI person for a while until you actually showed up. So yeah, it was good.
I'm
to see
real,
you.
real.
You're a real
I'm for
person.
real.
You're a real
Yeah.
person. Yeah,
I
didn't-
am. I
didn't
know.
know.
And some people do think that I'm like. I've also had people say that my name isn't real.
Oh yeah,
Just FYI, it is. That's
because
my
it
real
just
name.
works so perfectly with your bit.
Yeah.
Straight talk.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
It's like that can't be her name.
yeah.
No, people don't think it's real. And yeah, but no, that's my real name.
Nice. So what do we got today, Corinne?
So, since we are heading towards, I'm so glad you let me know that next week is our season finale for this season.
Get
Yeah,
ready.
Thank goodness.
Made it another year.
Yeah, we did.
I'm gonna do a
Season.
two-potta here. a two-potta.
All right.
So,
Okay. Oh, we're gonna have a cliffhanger.
we're gonna have a bit of a cliffhanger.
Oh, I love
So,
cliffhangers.
I know
Keeps them coming back.
It does. That's right. Come back, y'all, next week. I'll let you know at the end what we're gonna dive into. So, I have been doing some reading on U.S. presidents because I am very fascinated with kind of historical context and reframing the way that we are looking at today's situation through a historical lens. So people maybe stop feeling hopeless or stop feeling like this is unprecedented because we do have so many examples.
Oh yeah.
And diving into this particular president blew my friggin' mind. So
Okay.
we've heard Donald Trump compared to dictators. We know that he really likes the power that dictators have. He likes the power that monarchs have. He's been compared to Richard Nixon for his criminal behavior, for example. But have you ever heard him compared to John Adams?
No.
You know, honestly, out of all the founding fathers, and I also love reading about history, he's the one I like the least. John Adams seems like I would not want to hang out with.
Did you read
guy.
that book, the John
Yeah,
Adams book? Yeah,
I hated it.
Yeah,
I hated
yeah.
him.
It was so annoying
He just seems like a pain in the ass.
and like boring. I don't know.
Yeah,
boring's the
boring,
word, but
yeah.
like, gosh.
Okay, so I
And
agree
you're
with you,
right. Your instinct is right.
Okay.
So Donald Trump and John Adams are so much alike. It's terrifying.
All right. Let's go.
Yes. And so I want to kind of go back just a little bit to when the Constitution was being drafted, and moving away from the Articles of Confederation time where the presidency was a weaker position.
Right.
The drafters of the Constitution wanted the presidency to be more powerful. They thought that it needed to be one person making executive decisions. And there were people on both sides of this decision. Patrick Henry famously, with all of his rousing speeches that he would give, cautioned that y'all are writing this executive branch in the shape of George Washington, because that's what they did. They modeled the executive branch off of Washington. And Patrick Henry said, what happens when you don't have a Washington in there? What happens if you have a bad person? What happens if you have a criminal in that office? And everyone said, oh, pish posh, ha 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 ha. However, they ha 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 laughed in their powdered wigs. And Henry was right. And Alexander Hamilton actually agreed with Henry to some extent. He said, yes, the writing of this executive is ripe for tyranny, but it's also the exact antidote to tyranny. It has to be this powerful so it can correct itself. And ultimately, Hamilton's vision won out because that is the executive that we have today. And under George Washington, that executive branch doing great. He was respectful of the office. He did not like the monarchy of England. And yet his successor, would do a complete 180 and really test the foundation of U.S. democracy, because John Adams was a petulant, emotional, whiny little bitch.
That's why I didn't like him.
Dude.
Yep.
I agree.
Can that be the title?
Yeah.
Early
Yeah.
John Adams was a little bitch.
Yes, John
Yeah,
Adams
well,
was
that's the subtitle.
John Adams
Real
was
John Adams story.
ellipses,
He's
little
a
bitch.
little bitch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
And John Adams hated the French. He absolutely hated the French. And this was during the time, of course, of the French Revolution in the late 1790s. And the United States is a pretty perfect blend of British common law and French revolutionary spirit. Those were the two dominant immigrant populations that came over and ran the revolution. Of course, we all remember that Lafayette was a huge piece of the American Revolution. And so Adams very much leaned towards the British side of things because he liked a monarch. And as people have dove into his writing, which is where you are right, Tom, on getting this feeling about him, Adams was a closeted monarchist.
Wow.
I know. It's
Nothing
rough.
like a closeted monarchist.
Closeted monarchist, right? But we are ripping his dead ass out of that closet. So Adams, when he became president, he very narrowly won the election. He became president. And at that time,
That was wasn't that the
Federalists.
1800 election?
18.
It had multiple, it went to the House of Representatives, right?
1800 was Jefferson, right?
Jefferson. This was 1796. This was the 96
Thank you.
election.
Thank you.
Yep.
There you go.
But he did very narrowly win it.
Okay.
And because of how the Constitution was written back then, the president was not choosing their VP. The VP was the runner-up. Right?
Uh-huh.
So, who is the opposite of John Adams? You know, even if we just look at their hate versus love of the French.
Yes, I was going
Right.
to say, who loves the
Jefferson.
French?
Lover of the French, Thomas Jefferson.
Right.
And me too, because that's
Right.
my fiance. He's a Frenchman.
And
I also love
Ben
the French.
Franklin.
And Ben Franklin, right?
Yeah.
So, lots of STIs. So let's get tested, everybody. So,
Yeah, right.
So because Jefferson was Adams' VP, and Adams was super pissed at all of the people who deigned to challenge him, he wrote the Sedition Act of 1790. I believe he signed it in 97. Okay.
That basically it said if you criticize the government, that's a crime, right?
Yep. The entire government, the president and Congress, except for the VP. You could criticize the VP.
I did not know that.
So we can still go after J.D. Vance, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yep.
good to know.
He
More than happy
specifically,
to do that.
he specifically carved out the vice president to make it obviously partisan. And he specifically made the Sedition Act expire March 3rd, 1801, which
When he
was the
leaves.
day before the next president would be inaugurated.
Wow.
It's literally one of the worst. I mean, when you look back, they talk about that and is one of the worst acts ever passed. It was clearly a affront to the First Amendment. So
And what an early test to our republic.
At the very beginning. And I'm glad that you brought up the First Amendment, because that was the challenge against it. People were saying, what are you talking about, dude? It's literally the first thing we said.
right, freedom of speech. Right,
but
includes
Adams-
government.
Yes. But Adams did not see, this was really before the Constitution was tested as a set of laws. Adams just kind of saw it as like, oh, it's fancy and we'll put it on paper, and isn't it a nice thought? I don't actually have to do any of that, right? Because it says we the people, and the people are gross and I don't want to be with them. So so this was before the Constitution was explicitly said, no, y'all, these are our laws. These are laws. Adams said no. And the very first person that he went after, which again is very reminiscent of today, was a guy named Benjamin Bache, who was the grandson of Ben Franklin.
Oh, wow.
And which reminds me a lot of today's, like Jack Schlossberg, for example, who's the grandson of JFK, who is a huge thorn in the side of Donald Trump and RFK. I just saw him on another podcast, maybe, really ripping into RFK Jr.'s, health initiatives, which was really interesting. But Adams went after Ben Bache. He was the first one to charge him with sedition, and which was you could be imprisoned for 2 years. You had to pay a fine of what's equivalent today of like 50 grand.
Wow.
Was the fine. But Ben Bache got him because he died of yellow fever before they could prosecute him.
Take that.
Innocent, baby.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he was like 27 years old, but that yellow fever, came in
I
a
gotta
clinch.
look him up. I
That
gotta
was
look
like
this guy up.
that was like elderly back in those
Yeah,
days.
no kidding. Middle age.
27.
Yeah.
Oh shit. You better.
It's like, oh, yellow fever, take me now. But Bache wrote things. Some of his lines are just so perfect of how he wrote about John Adams. He called him blind, listening to the cantankerous musings of a blind, bald, crippled, toothless president.
Nice.
He was also described as, I'm not going to say the word because it's a slur, but I think today we would say gender neutral,
Really?
who Adams has not the force of a man and
Oh,
not
wow.
the sensibility of a woman. So he
Wow.
is nothing. He is not a man nor a woman.
Wow. Trans
So-
issues even back then.
Wow.
Back then, right? And Adams had a lot of support in his family for this Sedition Act because the press also went after his wife. Abigail Adams was a huge supporter of Adams. She wrote to her sister describing the press in these horrible ways and encouraging John to go after them and prosecute them because they were mean to her. So very, very reminiscent of the family dynamics that we
Wow.
see today as well.
That's crazy.
Oh, so
This
she
is
was
really
the
interesting.
first Karen too.
Yeah, the first Karen, Abigail.
That's good.
Good job.
And so
Lance.
Adams' cabinet meetings. Oh shoot! I keep knocking out my headphones. Adams' cabinet meetings, as I read about them, remind me a lot of Trump's Truth Social posts. Like that's the same way that we are understanding the kind of stuff that Adams would say in these emotional rants. And Adams was very much a president who was bent on revenge. Everything was about revenge against his political enemies. Okay, so that's one president that we can compare Donald Trump to.
Adams had a superiority complex with Washington also, right?
Oh.
'Cause-
Oh, yes.
Which it reminds me a lot of Obama to Trump,
Sure.
you know?
Yes.
like Trump is, although he doesn't
like
talk
obsessed about him.
He's obsessed with Biden now. He's always
Yeah,
probably,
sure.
but like, yeah, he's always being compared to Obama, and there's no comparison. I mean, Obama
No.
was a gentleman and smart, brilliant, nice person.
It all goes back to that roasting of Trump
Yeah.
by Obama.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow,
And
wow,
that's
wow, wow.
exactly the dynamic here, because Washington was revered. Obama is revered. And Adams knew that he could never get that level of respect. So he just decided, well, I'll make everybody afraid of me.
Wow.
Nice.
Which
That's interesting.
is exactly what Donald Trump is doing.
All right,
That's
where's the
interesting.
carrot for next episode? I can't wait to
Well,
hear.
so
who we're
I'll
gonna
leave
hear
you
about.
with one more
All right.
president
Yes.
who also is just like Donald Trump, and it won't be as lengthy because I know we're short on time.
Right.
But the other president that we could compare Donald Trump to, and there are several, but the other one that I picked out at the batch is Woodrow Wilson.
Another
And-
jack-off president. Most people didn't like him, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
100 years later, right?
He was
A
an
little
asshole.
over.
Everybody talks about
Professor
Woodrow
from Princeton, racist.
Yeah,
all
but
that.
asshole. Like
Yeah.
most people talk about him like he was a total dick when he was.
But
in
then they're like,
Total
"Oh, he
dick.
did the League of Nations. He took us through World War One, so we like him." But
It's the worst war too.
It's the worst war.
Yeah.
They call it great. It wasn't great.
not so great.
So Wilson, yes, academic, scholar, very well respected in his early years. He kind of rose through the ranks in New Jersey politics. He was kind of he kind of sat back. He wasn't very specific on his views. And the way that he talked specifically about race, because this was post-Reconstruction, and there were, we had Booker T. Washington, Ida B. Wells, we had very prominent Black leaders, Black voices in the United States trying to claw back some of the initial gains that Black folks had made in the 1880s, post-Civil War, that had been destroyed by subsequent presidents.
Jim Crow laws, right?
Jim Crow.
Right.
And so Woodrow Wilson spoke about race in such a vague way that he got so many Black voters to switch parties and vote for him. And he wore it as a badge of honor. Does that sound familiar?
Interesting.
A Woodrow Wilson is a white supremacist at heart. And yet he was able to convince Black people that I'm on your side.
Gotcha.
Just by being vague and a good old boy.
Wow.
And that So Woodrow Wilson is described in some of the readings that I've been doing as he did not invent white supremacy, of course, but he modernized white supremacy. Woodrow Wilson actually ushered in the model of white supremacy that we have today, with redlining residential neighborhoods and voting restrictions and poll taxes and all these sorts of things. You know, he famously screened Birth of a Nation at the White House.
Wow.
So Woodrow Wilson was another threat to democracy, another president very much in the image of our modern president who threatened to dismantle equality under the law, the 14th Amendment. Everybody is created equal. And then John Adams threatening the First Amendment of free speech. So two presidents who almost undid this entire country were thwarted. And I'll give you the cliffhanger for next week. They were thwarted.
Here it comes.
Not by Congress, not by the Supreme Court, who often just made shit worse. It was by regular people. It was by citizen action through constitutional constituencies.
I can't wait for next Tuesday.
Yeah.
So that's what
good
we're going to
stuff.
get into.
And so
next week.
we've survived Wilson and we survived Adams, so we have hope.
You know, I heard
We have
Trump.
hope.
I heard Trump is going after the Third Amendment.
Really? We're going to be able to quartering of
Quartering
the
of
troops
soldiers
in my
yeah.
house?
He's going to make us
Dude,
quarter
I'm gonna
soldiers in our house.
If
yeah.
I have to quarter an ice agent in my house, I'm gonna make it so awkward.
It's going to be real uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
gonna
not
make
gonna
it
wanna-
so
You have to
weird.
have ICE agents live in your house. Shit!
I'm gonna make them
quartering
want
soldiers.
to move out. I'm
Third
gonna, like,
Amendment.
I hate the
One
Third
of my
Amendment.
favorite
That's
one
the
of
title.
my favorite Onion
The Third
posts.
Amendment.
You know, the Onion does like their year
Yes.
in review. One of my favorite Onion posts in like the new year was like, it's just one dude sitting behind some gross, like outdated 80s looking office. And it just has a banner that's kind of crooked and it says, you know, fighters of the Third Amendment. He's going like this. And he's like, it was another great year for the Third Amendment, guys. Like, we did it. No one was quartered in our homes. Like,
Yes, I love it.
Victory. All
the
right,
amendment
thanks,
nobody
Corinne.
talks about. So yeah, so that's where we will pick back up next
The
week. and talk
cliffhanger for the
about-
last episode.
I like
talk
it.
about reasons to have hope and not delusional hope. Of course, we're not just sitting back and going, "Oh, it'll get better." It's active hope.
I
Active
like
hope.
it.
Happy St.
Corinne,
Patrick's Day,
I have a
Corinne.
question for
Absolutely.
you, actually,
What?
before you
Oh,
go.
Sure,
whoa,
what's
whoa.
up?
Yeah, Lindsay, what's up?
Yeah, what books are you using for all this research? Because I'm interested in reading about these shitty presidents.
Oh, okay. If you want like the Bible
Yeah.
of this,
Of shitty presidents.
of shitty presidents,
Hell yeah.
Bible
and
of
hope.
shitty presidents.
And
and
hope.
hope.
Yeah.
And hope. Because I knew, of course, I had studied Woodrow Wilson back in college. He sucked. I don't remember the name of that book, but there's a super comprehensive one that just came out a couple of years ago called The Presidents and the People. And it's by Corey Brettschneider. And he's
Nice.
a constitutional law and political science professor at Brown. And he's young-ish.
Right.
And so he's funny and he does a really good job. So The Presidents and the People.
I tell you what.
All right, Steve,
I think
get him
we
on,
had
Steve.
we had an idea on this
Let's
show. I
get
think
him
we
here.
should run with the book of shitty presidents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have like the top 10 shitty presidents, and you have
John
the reason
Adams,
why.
whiny little bitch. We've already got the
whiny little
subtitle
bitch.
for
We
that.
got
You know
Wilson.
what?
Of
We
course,
should do
Donald
like
Trump's
a-
number one.
Like the March Madness bracket for shitty
Of
presidents.
shitty presidents. Oh, that would be so fun.
I like
That
this
would be
idea,
really
guys.
fun.
All right.
But that's
Well-
a good, Lindsay, you would like that one. And it
Okay.
is, and it's not, because sometimes you pick up some of these like political books and it's just like,
It's so dry.
It's so dry and weighty. He's not. He's actually a fun read. So
Okay.
yeah, I think
Awesome.
you'd like it.
We can't wait for the finale next week and Corinne's final Straight Talk with Corinne Straight next
Of the
Tuesday on a
season,
finale
right.
for
Good.
the season.
Yes,
Yes.
for the season.
Thanks, Corinne.
Yeah.
It's great to
Good
talk
to-
to you
good
again.
to see
you next
y'all.
week for part
And
two.
happy
Patrick's
St.
Day.
Patrick's Day,
Yes.
y'all.
Thanks, Corinne. Thanks. Good to see you. All right. It's
Bye.
good. Corinne Straight Talk with
It
Corinne.
was great.
Another great segment. Love talking history.
Me too.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So let's go ahead and do some ads. When we come back, we're going to talk some national issues.
we're gonna go from hopeful to wait a minute. Maybe
Yeah.
we aren't as
Let's-
hopeful.
yeah, let's lose some hope again. Hope is gone, right? Right, President Obama. Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and an outdoor patio, serving its award-winning craft beer, a chef-driven food menu, and craft cocktails on draft. Their brewing equipment and production facility offers a unique backdrop for events like bridal showers, reunions, or corporate parties. With their amazing food truck, they can cater to your corporate and private events off-site. just off 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Let them show you that customer service is their top priority. Check out more at bywaybrewing.beer.
Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 40-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baldensberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions that leave a lasting impression. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today.
Tortilla Nueva Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nueva Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia, de todo corazón.
The Branding Room Floor. Hiring a full-time marketing manager is costly, but what if you don't need to? At the Branding Room Floor, we are your marketing department, providing marketing strategy, creative designs, web development, full brand management, and more, all for less than the cost of a single employee. We are the region's award-winning, full-service marketing agency, partnering with businesses and organizations that want complete marketing department results without the overhead. Stop doing it yourself or delegating to unqualified employees. Get the support, expertise, and partnership of a full marketing team with The Branding Room Floor. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com to get started today.
Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give Cantrell and Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with someone who's in court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife, Kristen, make a great team and are waiting to hear from you. Thank you to our sponsors. Our studio sponsor, Parney, Indiana Lake County. What's so funny over there in the production?
Chat.
We've got a
Chat's
couple of
good?
comments
On
that are
fire
funny.
today.
Yeah, they're all fired up.
Somebody's throwing the Molotov cocktail insults at
Whoa.
at a couple of the presidents.
Uh-oh.
So first someone says, what smells is the Times? And then someone said, John Adams.
It smells terrible.
I can't even get
Bez
that.
loves
Like
it.
old mulch is what
Old
he said.
Malort.
No, so the first one is John Adams smells like old mulch.
Yeah, he probably does, actually.
And
At this
He's a
point.
pile
At
of
this
ash.
point,
At
yeah.
this point.
And then we started talking about Wilson, and then he said that Wilson smells terrible, like old Malort.
Wow.
I just don't know where chat comes up
I
with
love
this
it.
stuff, man.
We love our
Reminder, Lockpot is filmed live in front of a studio audience.
And you're welcome to put whatever you want to put on chat.
You can talk shit during our show.
Well, we
It's
may
part of-
talk about it.
It's part of what we do here on
Is
Lockpot.
that really fair? These guys are dead. They can't defend themselves.
It's true.
That is true. Maybe their grandsons can, though.
That's the thing about Lockpod that's definitely unique, is most of the podcasts I listen to, I don't hear one that's live on the air like we are.
Yeah.
Usually taped, yeah.
This is filmed live before a studio audience.
Before a chat audience.
An audience of ourselves.
I think it kind of cracks me up thinking back to season 1 where we had a telephone.
Yeah. We were like waiting for people to call. Why is nobody fucking calling?
It was just Warple who called us every once in a while.
Hey, I got a pothole in my.
And we couldn't even afford the stupid phone payment.
No,
back then.
we were like, this is too expensive.
God, dude.
It was crazy. It was like $200.
Now
a
look at
month.
us.
And it was
We're
like
talking
3
about-
lines.
Now we're
Nobody
talking
called.
about seeing Metallica at the Sphere.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at Lindsay.
Really?
Would normally-
Sponsors all over our
Lindsay
look at
would
this.
normally be totally down with Metallica at the Sphere, but she's gonna be Mama Lindsay. I don't think Mama Lindsay.
Bring the baby.
You know, I did get a pair. My baby shower was over the weekend, and I did get a pair of baby headphones.
There
for
you go.
Concerts.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
So-
Or for coming in the studio with the baby.
But I know
I am.
Daddy Brian likes Metallica. Maybe he could take your ticket for you.
we'll bring
You're
Brian
gonna
with
take
us.
him to Vegas without me?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
Break him in.
You're not allowed.
Break 'em
Wow.
in. Break him in. Hanging
That's
with the boys.
creepy.
It's not creepy.
That's creepy.
It's not
I
like
love
we're
it.
gonna be showering together or anything.
Hey, Brian, get in here.
Yeah, this is what we do.
Hey, didn't you know
Yeah,
it's like
like-
a big communal shower here in Vegas?
Brad gets back home. I'm never going with your dad to Vegas again.
It's like, I told you it was going to be creepy.
Let me show you what a Navy shower is. The good news, it's only 2 minutes long.
That's right. It
Bad
ends,
news.
It ends quickly.
Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of Navy showers, what's going on with Lindsey Graham?
Oh man, I mean
Not
there is a theory about Lindsey Graham going around that like basically he like played the president to get his goal of supporting Israel and getting rid of Iran.
Yeah.
So
If that's true, he's much smarter than I give him credit for.
I mean, John,
Which
what's
is
the
not a lot.
Yeah, I mean, John, what's the kind of the? I know you have some setup here. Give us a rundown.
He's so hot for war. Right?
Yeah.
He has a hard-on
Like
for war.
bloodlust.
So this piece, I think we shouldn't think about it as like a left-leaning piece or a right-leaning piece. How about just let's watch these clips for what they are and you decide.
Okay.
Let's just watch a few of them in a row. Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
So I just want to say I feel good about the Republican Party. I feel good about where we're going as a nation. We're killing all the right people and we're cutting your taxes. Trump is my favorite president. We've run out of bombs. We didn't run out of bombs in World War II.
Like laughing
My
about
text-
it.
And
Haven't
slurring.
changed.
Why is he slurring his speech?
knows?
You know what I've noticed?
He had a stroke. I'm
Like-
calling it now.
Lately,
TIA.
it seemed like more people. Like I heard the president talking about killing people the other day in a speech too. It's like he gets off on talking about killing people, and like, dude,
I mean, you're killing people.
You're amplifying the hate, man. Because
Yeah.
like, and by the way, Department of Homeland Security is not funded right now.
I know.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's
Well,
like we are like amplifying hate. You know,
And the White House is putting out like on their Twitter account these like bizarre like celebratory like movie clips and like video game clips about the war.
It's disgusting,
It's
dude.
bizarre.
We haven't even talked about that yet.
Yeah.
That
So
is-
here's more Lindsey Graham.
Okay, this is truly bizarre. This is actually about Cuba. Just look at how giddy Lindsey Graham gets when talking about going
Not
into
me
another
again.
country.
You know, one of the things that is happening, and I think you see it all the time, Howard, you've seen it, that Cuba is ready to fall. You know?
Yes.
Look at him.
Oh, he's like
He's like a kid in a candy store.
Let me
Yes.
just rewind that again. Watch Lindsey Graham here on the left.
That Cuba is ready to fall. You know? Cuba looks like it's ready to fall.
him
I don't
smiling.
know how they're going to hold out. But Cuba now has no income. They got all of their income from Venezuela, from the Venezuelan oil. They're not getting any of it. And Cuba literally is ready to fall. And you have a lot of great Cuban Americans that are going to be very happy.
Oh my God, it's
Douchebag.
weird.
It's unsavory. Like, what?
It is. These guys are like
he wants to put a golf course there and a Trump tower. Honestly,
sure.
that's the whole play on Cuba. Is you think Trump is doing it because he hates communists, or you think communism, or you think Trump's doing it because he wants to build Trump Tower there?
like. Do you know how close it is from Mar-a-Lago to Havana?
Because honestly, Cuba back in the 40s,
Oh.
before it fell, it was an American retreat.
Tourist
Yeah, it was
Mecca.
like, yeah, that's where a lot of us, we didn't go to Florida, we went to Cuba, you know, and so like when Cuba went communist, obviously those
That all
trips
ended.
went away, and guys like Trump is like, man, I could have grown up, you know, going playing golf in Cuba and putting Trump towers there. I'd like to get back to that. That's honestly,
Let's hear Trump on Cuba.
Yeah, this was
This
crazy.
is brand new,
This is
right?
brand new. This is from yesterday.
This is wild,
Yep.
dude. All right, here we go.
I think Cuba, you know, is in its own way, if tourism and everything else, it's a beautiful island, great weather. They're not in a hurricane zone, which is nice for a change, you know. They won't be asking us for money for hurricanes every week. But I think Cuba's the end. You know, all my life I've been hearing about the United States and Cuba. When will the United States do it? I do believe I'll be having the honor of taking Cuba.
What?
That's a good honor. That's a big honor.
Taking Cuba.
Taking Cuba in some form, yeah. Taking Cuba. I mean, whether I free it, take it. I think I could do anything I want with it. You want to know the truth?
What?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And he referred to the tourism that Tom just talked about. I had not heard that part. That's amazing.
I know. I mean, it's obvious what's going on. When we wiped out Venezuela supplied like 95% of the oil to Cuba, and Cuba is basically sitting in the dark right
They're
now.
in a blackout.
They are.
So, like, if we attack
People
Cuba,
are dying, by the way.
of course, Linz.
Hospitals are without power. People are actively dying.
I heard
But,
women
like-
are giving birth in the
babies.
dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we invade Cuba, they have no gas. How are they going to fight back?
They're not.
They're not. So, like, literally, I would not be shocked to see America within the next 6 months take over Cuba.
I would say
forcefully.
I was going to say 30 to 60 days.
I agree with you, Kev, but like that's pretty aggressive when you consider we're at war in Iran right now, also, and we just got done killing
running Venezuela?
We got done wiping out Venezuela, and now we're going to take out Cuba. Like, I don't think we've ever seen an American president as offense with the military as we see right now with
it's
President
bizarre.
Trump. I'm not used to America being the
aggressor.
initiator,
But
right?
the
Agree with you.
colonizer, like
It's
we're
like empirical.
just
It's
grabbing
imperialism. Yeah. And I mean,
But
I
like, what if you're sitting in Greenland right now? They're like, what the fuck?
yeah, good point. I forgot about Greenland. Be careful. He's going to listen to you. And then, by the way, I'll say it again. How does the U.S. do anything if, like,
We don't.
the China goes to Taiwan?
We don't.
Don't do shit.
We don't. It's imperialism.
I think
and
it's like spheres of control.
Because Trump's like, why are we the only one not doing this? You know, you got Putin over there trying to take over Ukraine. We got China getting ready to take over Taiwan.
And I'm
Like,
sitting here
let's
doing
get to-
nothing.
Right. Let's get to work in America. So Trump's, wiped out Venezuela, got some oil, wiping out Iran, about to take over Cuba. I mean, Greenland is strategic for the next 100 years. I mean, honestly, God, I'm not going to sit here and cry. If we had control of Greenland, I think it makes America great. I did not mean to use that, but for the next, I did not mean to use that. I did not mean to use that expression, but for the next 100 years, militarily, we're going to be in a much better position when the ice caps melt.
And all I'm gonna say about that is that I think we already have that ability. We used to have 16 outposts there. We have a couple now. Just they're not like they're saying don't come over here. I don't think we have to like control or own the island.
Right.
Or the government, let them govern themselves, and just let us have the military presence we need.
Okay.
Here's some, John. There's a couple more actually interesting responses to like this bloodlust of Lindsey Graham. I saw 2 of them on our list.
Here's some feedback from conservatives because everyone who voted for Trump did so. One of the main reasons was America first.
Right.
We have a lot of problems over here. Let's focus on America. The complete opposite has occurred.
Yes.
So here's some responses from people that are just fed up with this. Really big voices like Megyn Kelly, for example, who the page just
here she is.
Yeah, I'll play this here real quick.
Megyn Kelly.
Trump called Graham this week to praise his television appearances. Oh, my God. Graham saw an opportunity. The senator said he pitched Trump on bombing Iranian and Hezbollah elements inside Lebanon. Trump said he'd think about it. Graham recalled, quote, I just think he has seen the capability of our military. Graham goes on, what I don't understand is why more people don't do it. Try to shape these events. This is a moment of world history here. Just jump in the deep end of the pool. This guy is a homicidal maniac with a bloodlust that is insatiable. He got us into the Iranian war, Lindsey Graham. Now he wants us to get involved in a Lebanese war, which is Israel's already starting or involved in. And he wants us to go into Cuba. From the sound of it, possibly, is that a boots on the ground situation? I don't know. But this guy should be nowhere near President Trump. He should.
Yeah. So that's the South Carolina voters.
Yeah, I know. They keep voting him in. But by the way, I have to give my dad producer credit for that.
Oh,
link.
thank you,
thanks,
Mr. Besmar.
When my dad starts sending links like
Yes.
this,
You love
know
it.
you've lost the plot.
Yes.
I love it.
If,
I love
if
it.
your dad is wavering,
We're bringing him over.
Yeah.
One
last
By
thing.
the way, boots on the ground. That reminded me. I'm telling you guys, and we've been talking about the gas. The Strait of Hormuz. The only way we're going to be able to keep it open is that boots on the ground in
Actually, we have to
Iran or in
forcibly
Saudi
take
Arabia,
over
right?
Because none of these other countries are like, yes, we're going to help you
But
keep
like,
the strait open.
So like they could bomb from miles and miles away. So like we literally have to be controlling that area, and the only way to control that area is put boots on the ground.
Physically control
Right.
it.
I mean, Saudi Arabia, we're not worried about that side. We're worried about the Iranian side.
Yep.
So we have to literally control that whole area to keep that strait open.
It's like a little point.
And by the way, Iran's playing this perfectly. I mean, all due respect, they are, because they're putting tons of pressure on
The other Arab
America,
countries. And
if we start paying, they're saying that the price of oil could get over 150 bucks a gallon. If that's the case, we'll be sitting there paying $6 a gallon. And
$7, yeah.
And America's not going to stand for that. And then if Trump has to turn around and send troops into Iran, I'm telling you, get ready, Republicans. Your day of reckoning is coming in November.
And Iran keeps hitting things like the Dubai airport is like a big fire. Had a big fireball yesterday. They keep bombing oil tankers in the UAE. Oil refineries in the UAE. I mean, they're doing what they're making the headlines by doing that.
Economic warfare.
Yep.
I saw all these people that
Smart.
were they're like, it's economic warfare. It's like, we killed their leader. We killed all their leaders.
Yes.
And you think they give a shit if they drive the price of gas up?
Right.
They don't care.
They don't
we
care.
killed their entire senior team.
That's right.
And you think they're like, oh my God, this is warfare. Yes, it's economic warfare. That's exactly what they're fucking doing.
Because they know how to get to the American people.
That's right. And
They're
they
like,
know America's not going to have the appetite for $6 a gallon gas.
or troops going on the ground and getting killed.
And which is where we're headed.
Yeah.
Well, they're already being killed.
Yes. Not on the ground, though. In the air. But all right. So a couple other crazy. And just to give you.
One of them was a Hoosier, by the way.
Yes, I saw that.
I think
from
Mooresville.
I think you're right.
So sad.
Yes. So a couple other, John, we found these. These are great, actually. Just weird Trump. These are just weird Trump stuff. I want to start with the. Can we start with the one on the private health diagnosis? So,
oh my God!
So this
infuriated me.
This is let me find that.
Yeah, this is crazy. So okay, just set it up because if you can't see the video, you've got the Speaker of the House. I think you've got Pam Bondi sitting there, and the president, and they're talking about a congressman from Florida who is terminally ill.
This, Congressman Neil Dunn of Florida had some real health challenges, and it was very serious, and had a pretty grim diagnosis. And I mentioned it to the president, and I said, Congressman Dunn is a real champion and a patriot because he's still coming to work, and if others got this diagnosis, they would be apt to go home and retire. And
what was the diagnosis?
It was, I think it was a terminal diagnosis.
He would be dead by June.
Okay, that wasn't public, but yeah, okay. It was grim. That's what I was going to say.
He's fucking
I don't think
with a heart problem, by the way. This was a heart problem.
What a dickhead.
So, long story short, the president called him.
Laughs.
I just like
laughs and pats him on the back.
This is so weird. He is not reacting properly to like.
Correct.
He's not a human being.
Social cues, like Mike Johnson's, like
he's broken in the brain.
He's like, he's gonna be dead in 6 months. How
about that? It was a heart problem.
Like his family's watching this.
Yes, dude.
And they're like, "That's my dad." You're talking about, you
that's
fucking
gonna die,
asshole. And you're like laughing, like, I get to replace him after he dies. Fucking.
All right, so here's
the president's a fucking.
Here's
asshole.
one. This is kind of funny because this kind of reminds me of all the stuff they made fun of Joe Biden about. Here's the key here is the first part of this. This is President Trump trying to make fun of Governor Gavin Newsom's dyslexia. But listen what he refers to the governor in this clip.
The President of the United States, Gavin Newsom, admitted.
Play that again, John.
Yeah. Oh.
The President of the United States, Gavin Newsom, admitted that he has learning disabilities, dyslexia. Everything about him is dumb.
He says the President of the United States, Gavin Newsom.
Right.
Yeah.
And by the way, if he has dyslexia and he had all these learning disabilities and he became the governor of California,
where he is.
The governor of California is one of the best political spots you can hold in the country.
Sure.
He's
doing something right.
He's basically commanding a state that's bigger than most of the nations in the world.
And he's basically telling everybody in America that has a learning disability or has dyslexia, you're dumb. You're dumb. And you can't do anything.
Right.
So wanted to finish the show with, before Tom signs us off, with this funny AI generated. Speaking of the Strait of Hormuz, this is great, and this goes to as most of you've heard. A lot of the allies are saying they're not going to help. Right? They're kind of basically
they're not going to send the Navy.
Like,
they're not going to send the Navy to the Strait of Hormuz.
Correct. They're finally saying like Trump. We're not doing it anymore.
Well, because they're allies with a crazy person.
Well, he didn't tell anybody he was going to bomb Iran.
No.
So like we bomb Iran, they respond by shutting the Straits of Hormuz, and then he's like, "Hey Japan, hey Britain, hey NATO, you guys got to send ships now because you rely on this oil." And they're like, "Fuck you.
Yeah.
You didn't even talk to us. We would have told you they're going to shut the Strait of Hormuz if you bomb them, you idiot. This is a natural consequence of what you did, and now you're calling us to send our Navy there?"
Have you guys seen anything like this? It
No.
seems like there's no strategy.
There's no strategy. By the way, John, to further amplify what you're saying, we don't even have enough oil in the strategic oil reserves.
Correct.
Like we didn't even fill up our strategic oil reserves
Before doing this.
Right, knowing full well that there was going to be, crisis with oil.
Yeah.
We could have filled up at cheap prices. Instead, now the price of oil jumps, and now we're filling them up with super expensive oil.
Probably grab some Russian oil soon. And this, by the way, so
he's letting
I saw
Chinese
that.
and Iranian tankers through.
Yep.
Yeah, Iranian tankers through, and they're giving it oil to China, and he's letting them through now. So the only tankers that are passing through the Strait of Hormuz are
95% of the
are going
traffic
straight
is not getting
A
through.
man with a small ego.
It's a nice way to put it.
A man with a small ego just started World War III.
Well, hopefully it doesn't turn into headlines.
I agree.
So this is an AI-generated clip. It's pretty funny. It's Donald Trump on the side of the road in Manhattan, I think, with a sign that says, "Help me open the Straits of Hormuz," and you'll see many world leaders go by, and we'll describe what's going on after. But here we go.
boat gently down, merrily, 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 merrily.
Prime Minister.
France.
Row your boat
Japan.
gently down the street. Row your boat gently down the street.
That was the leadership of Japan. No, Korea.
South Korea, both.
Come on, stop. I know how it feel to wake up, fucked up. Pockets broke as hell. Why nobody helps me to open Hormuz?
That was Putin and Kim Jong-un, or or I forget what.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, North Korean.
That's incredible what they could do with AI.
AI, right?
Yeah. That is incredible. So
pretty funny.
All right, guys. Another high-quality show. Thanks to Corinne. Thanks to our live studio audience. Thanks to Linz. One episode left. Lindsay is what we call her.
Yep. That's my nickname for now, and then next week it'll be no episode left.
Yep.
Lindsay.
Until you get Jones, and you'll be back in 18.
You seem
with the
very
baby.
confident about
I do
things.
too. I feel confident too.
She'll be breastfeeding on the air.
No.
You gonna say creepy again, Linz?
It is a little creepy.
Okay. Jay Vest, thank you very much.
It's our mayor.
Okay.
I'm not the mayor in here. I'm the locomotive in here, my man. Kevin Chandler, good to
Yes,
see
sir.
you.
Thank
and
you.
coming to you live. This is Tom McDermott, your mayor. America's mayor.
Thank you.
America's mayor signing off. Left of Center podcast. Comment, like, thumbs up, all that stuff. Help us out with our algorithm. We love you guys. We'll be back we have 2 more episodes. We're going to go 23 on Friday, 24 next week, and we're signing off for season 17. We'll be back about a month later to begin season 18. So Lindsay's only got 1 episode left, so make sure you tune in for the last 2 episodes of the season. We love you all. Thanks for listening to LockPod. We will talk to you on Friday for another high-quality episode. Take care, everybody. LockPod's out.